Hey guys, welcome back to the CSO YouTube channel. My name is Mauzy, caster, content creator and player for CSO Esports. Today I'm going to cast a wonderful game of StarCraft 2 for you. And yeah, it's going to be a banger. Don't believe me? Well, stick around and see for yourself. This is going to be a PvP, Protoss versus Protoss. And this is taken from our clan war for, I believe, BTL Division 2. So Berserker Team League, and we face Berserker Esports as well. This is the ace match. I was an observer in this match, but I don't really remember every detail. I just know this was a super nice game. So stick around to the end because it's gonna surprise you, trust me. Spotting in the top right side, we have none other than the new Protoss, high level Protoss for CSO. It's going to be mOsTeN. And his opponent in the bottom left side on the other carpet in the purple, it's going to be BAS for Berserker Esports, obviously. And right away we are going to see the most standard opener on non-ranked maps, which is going to be the 2-gate into some kind of expansion after like 4 to 6 units. mOsTeN opened with Adept, BAS opened with Stalker. Okay, and we see Stalker Sentry on the side of BAS, Stalker on the side of mOsTeN. Ooh, Probe is going to scout that little cheeky angle that the Adept's coming from. Ooh, let's see. Okay, BAS is paying attention, so he's going to be aware of mOsTEN's move there. And mOsTEN has these two Stalkers. I believe he has the advantage as well. And BAS is going to see that he is quite far behind in the beginning of this game, yet he has more workers, so not bad of a decision from BAS in my opinion. Just making more workers, or a couple more workers. Ooh, but the adepts are going to slip in. Probes are being pulled, and there's going to be a couple of probes, maybe like 4 to 5. Ooh, 3, but there is a shield battery, so that means there's not going to be any more probe kills. 2 adepts for 2 adepts and a probe for 3 probes. I wouldn't say it's worth it. If this was like equal worker counts, I would say yes, it was worth it, but mOsTEN is actually behind by a couple of probes because of not producing any, I guess, and BAS continuously producing. And both players now actually, mOsTEN is already having his second base. BAS has his own on its way, close to finishing, but he also has a tech advantage in terms of how fast he got it. He's gonna have the Twilight Council, so there's a couple of options here. You could go for the standard blink, you could go for some kind of charge all in, or you could go for that cheeky Dark Shrine. And charge is going to be the decision of BAS. Ooh, okay. I kind of like this. This is a really nice build order if you can get away with it. Let's see if mOsTEN manages to scout. Do we have sentries on the side of mOsTEN? Yes, we have 2. So the scouting is going to be crucial. mOsTEN sends out a hallucinated phoenix, scouts around with the probe, and we have another one here. Okay, scouts the probe that came to this side, so you can actually wonder what this probe is doing over here. Gonna suspect a proxy most likely, which is going to happen, by the way. Ooh, and he's going to scout this pylon. Really nicely done by mOsTEN. Scouting is denied. Oh, but he does. Oh, the Phoenix didn't see. Oh, that is not that great for mOsTEN. He has a proxy pylon of his own. Obviously can warp in some adepts maybe. Let's see if that is going to be the case. Observer is already out on the side of mOsTEN, so DTs are not going to hurt him too much. Still not aware of the DTs, and the Dark Shrine is actually going to finish quite fast here. Immortal is out as well. Worker count now just being taken over by mOsTEN, but both players are actually mining fully in terms of minerals off of 2 bases. Ooh, another Phoenix can go down. DTs warp in as well as the gateway, so a warp conduit is going to be formed. after the gateway turns into a warp gate. It's either that or a nexus. Ooh, does Bas know? Oh, Bas doesn't know about this pylon. That can be used as a backstab tool, I believe. Let's see if that is going to be the case. Most is still not aware of any of this, so... Oh, now he's going to see the army. And he's going to see Archons, so he can suspect that this is a Dark Shrine and the DTs formed Archons, but also... I don't think you're going to see Templar Archives in this matchup that often, at least in my opinion. Maybe if you have like a super high gas count. Ooh, and Boss is actually trying to push through here, but there's 2 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers, and there's Sentries. mOsTeN doesn't have a third base, so if Boss just contains mOsTeN here, he's going to be in a really good position. Oh, but mOsTeN actually goes forward. Is there a shield battery? The shield battery is super far behind, by the way. So mOsTeN needs to actually let Boss come in. Ooh, goes for the Archon. He's going to greed. Gonna greed. There is Blink, so Blink Micro could come in handy. Let's see if that's going to be the case. One Immortal goes down, and the second Immortal... Oh, he's actually going to the wrong side. Second Immortal is going to go down, and Boss is actually pushing in. What does mOsTeN have? mOsTeN pops battery overcharge here, has the Prism. Now he can actually just micro with this. Ooh, that was actually a really good encounter on the side of Boss. Doesn't put himself ahead in workers, but definitely just contains mOsTeN. mOsTeN is going to go for that third base just now, and he is going to try to catch up with Boss, but Boss's third base is actually finished. He's not producing any probes. That kind of concerns me, which means that he's not going to be ahead in probes anymore. mOsTeN is ahead right now. It might just be 4, but here we go. Counter Dark Shrine. I love this move, honestly. There should be Observer. Ooh, there's no Observer on the side of Boss, so Boss needs to actually make an Observer, but his Immortal is halfway done, and he's going to sacrifice this base. 400 minerals down the drain, and 1 pylon, so 500, and also puts him in the supply block. When he's not making a pylon, he doesn't realize that he's supply blocked. Oh no, Boss is in a really tough position. The DTs are coming in. 6 probes fell already. Where is the Observer? Ooh, there is an Observer up top here. There should be an Observer somewhere else as well, right? Observer is just now moving back home. Boss bought himself a lot of time. He's going to retake that third base. I finally got rid of the supply block. There is no other proxies than this proxy pylon, this lonely proxy pylon on the side of mOsTeN. When the Warpism just tries to get into the main. Question is, does mOsTeN has mOsTeN given up that he has a Dark Shrine? Yes, he did. So Boss needs to be constantly aware. He has 1 Observer, and he's keep making Immortals. Quality wise, Boss's army is much higher quality in my opinion. Look at that gas investment, man. That is huge. mOsTeN has 2 more gateways. It's interesting that one player went for 5 and the other one went for 7. None of those are quite standard. Usually you go for a equal number of gateways. I would say 6, 8, 10, 12, stuff like that. Sometimes even 16, but that's later down the road, of course. So what is the next move on the side of Boss? He's going to make 1 more gateway, gets an Archon, so that makes 3 Archons, 3 Immortals. Both players are equal on workers, which is quite interesting. mOsTeN doesn't really go up in tech, but actually, oh wait, mOsTeN's third base is not yet done. That means he's quite far behind, right? I mean, Boss is just starting to take over in that work account, and now mOsTeN is actually warping in those DTs here on the low ground. Actually, no, on the warp conduit of the Warp Prism. That is always much faster. But Boss is going for the counter attack and is going to find a couple of probes here. mOsTeN goes for that third base. It's gonna hold Boss by the jugular, and Boss is also going to get the third base most likely, as well as DTs and Zealots are being warped in to the main, or dropped and warped, so that Robo is going to fall. And here we have a full-blown base trade scenario. Let's go. I love this moment. Oh, probes are actually jumping onto that DT. That is not a casual fan type of thing. You don't really see the probes fighting the DTs. That was kind of a desperation move in my opinion. And here we are down to the last few workers. mOsTeN just tries to evacuate everything. Boss has a corner base here, but Boss is losing bases faster, I believe. Of course, the DTs are swiping away really nicely here on the side of Boss, and mOsTeN is trying to do the same, just eliminating pylon after pylon after pylon, and just empowering everything, then going for the gateways, just destroying the production, increasing that units and like resources lost thing there. You can see that there was a lot of stuff lost already in this 12.5-minute game. Okay, Boss is actually trying to re-expand it at the 3 o'clock position. mOsTeN is going for the 9 o'clock position. I kind of like this. Like, both players are going like, okay, so remember Brood War? Remember Brood War? 4-player maps, or just yeah, we're redoing that. So Boss is down to almost the same count of workers as it was the starting worker count in Brood War, which is 4. mOsTeN is actually not doing that bad. If he could actually make this happen, would be really nice. Yes, 19 workers, which is really good for mOsTeN. One probe is going to actually wander around and just see what Boss has. mOsTeN is not aware of anything yet on what Boss's bases are looking like. Ooh, look at that. Boss even went for the insurance simulator just to be sure that he's not going to lose the game because of losing every single building. But that's it. Structures wise, he has an simulator and the Nexus. That means mOsTEN is rebuilding already his Cybercore. Question is this going to be enough? Like, Boss is pushing forward. Does he know where mOsTEN is? Oh, yes, he knows. Yes, he knows. So this is going to be really hard to hold on the side of mOsTEN, in my opinion. Both players are supply blocked like crazy. We're not going to see exits from these supply blocks unless one player's supply falls under it. At least that's what I think. Boss's production tab is empty, like literally empty, and mOsTEN just tries to build back up, tries to go for that dark shrine, because wait a second, he has the Twilight Council, so if he could actually make that dark shrine, that would be super big on the side of mOsTEN. He has it here, but Boss is actually knocking on the front door, is going to try and Warpism micro. Both players have a Warpism, so that is quite okay. mOsTEN has a blink potential, which is obviously much better than charge. There are no charge lots here. Shield battery overcharge is popped. mOsTEN is falling back, but the Archons are being killed, and mOsTEN just picks up the Archons, tries to drop them out, but there's no space. It's really difficult to micro here, and I think mOsTEN has enough defensively. He's going to try and take down these Immortals. These Archons are super low, and mOsTEN is going to break out of this hold, and potentially we're gonna see a GG right here and right now. There it is. GG, well played. mOsTEN takes this game. What a banger, man. I loved it. Wow, it was even better than I remembered, to be honest. So yeah. Wow. I mean, you gotta give it up for both players. This was a really nice game. And yeah, thank you very much for being on the journey of casting and watching this game once again, because I believe we all won here. Except for the players, because it turned out to be quite of a clown fiesta, to be honest. But yeah, the standard opener into harassing each other with DTs, then pushing each other, then going for a straight up base raid into re-expanding cross spawn in the middle of the map, pretty much. Just yeah, everything indicates clown fiesta here. But it was a banger of a game. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in my casting or my content, be sure to check the description. There you'll find all my socials and platforms that you can reach me on. Shout out to CSO Esports, shout out to mOsTeN and Bus, as well as Berserker Esports here. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.